What's going on YouTube? In this video, I'm going to show you guys how you guys can become rich in GTA 5 online. So if your goal is to become rich in GTA 5 online, you have come to the right video if you are a beginner and are trying to start out to make a lot of money. If you have been playing GTA 5 for a while now, you still might want to watch this video because you might learn a few things along the way. So our goal overall is to become a millionaire, make millions and millions of dollars in GTA 5 online. And this is the second video of the series. So if you guys want to check out the first video, how to become rich in one day in GTA 5 online, I highly recommend you go and play that first if you're just beginning, as it will help you stay on track with what we're doing in the game to help us progress through the game. So I'll link a card to that video and leave a link to that video in the description box below so you guys can go ahead and follow along. So if you have watched the first video, you know in that video we made $1 million. We went ahead and bought a CEO office, and then we went ahead and made a little bit more money and then bought a crate warehouse. So that small crate warehouse gave us a way to make money plus the 2 times money work that was available to us at the time, and we went ahead and we grinded that out to make money over the last few days. So hopefully if you have been following along, you haven't spent all your money because we're about to make a pretty big purchase. Before we get into the video, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you would like to see more GTA 5 videos helping you guys make money on GTA 5 online. So the first thing we're going to go ahead and do is obviously spin the wheel. Make sure you guys spin the wheel every day, especially if you're new to Grand Theft Auto. You need to make sure you guys are doing that, as you will win little prizes and stuff like that, and I want you guys to be successful, and this is definitely going to boost your success rate. As you can see here, I only won 7,500 chips, but still 7,500 chips is better than nothing. So as you guys can see, I've been grinding out crates. I also did a whole lot of work, so I've earned over $1 million with this crate warehouse over the last day or two, as well as I did a lot of work. Now I'm going to say this, you could definitely do all this work in one day, but I don't recommend it. It is very grindy, but of course you could do all that grinding that I did to get here in one day. So let's take a look at what we're going to be doing. So the first step is you're going to want to go ahead and go over to your CEO office, and the reason why we're going to go over to our CEO office is because we are about to go and buy a vehicle warehouse. The vehicle warehouse is one of the most profitable businesses in GTA 5 online, and to buy a vehicle warehouse you need a CEO office, which we already purchased in the last video. When you get to your CEO office, you're going to want to go to your computer, then go to vehicle cargo and choose a warehouse. The cheapest warehouse in the game is the mesa warehouse, and it's coming in at $1.5 million. So it's going to cost you $1.5 million, but we have the crate warehouse, we have headhunter, and we have 2 times money jobs that are going on in GTA 5, so you guys can make that money fairly fast. And again, you did all that in the last video. So luckily for you guys, we have enough money to go ahead and buy that now, and this warehouse is actually a pretty good location even though it's the cheapest. It does have gang members around it, but I honestly never had problems with them. They're actually kind of beneficial. They protect me more than they actually damage me. So we're quickly going to go over how the business works. The vehicle warehouse pretty much allows you to import or steal vehicles from around the map, and then you can then later upgrade them, modify them, and sell them for a profit. So pretty much you steal and sell vehicles. Pretty straightforward. To start the importing process of the actual business, you're gonna have to go to your CEO office or a terabyte for advanced players, but a CEO office for us because we're just starting out, and go on the computer and then go to the vehicle cargo tab, and then you're gonna want to click source a vehicle. Once you've done that, you're gonna have to exit the office and go ahead and steal the vehicle. There's tons of different missions to steal the vehicle, and people are gonna try to attack you, whether it be the police or NPCs that they have come after you and deal damage to your vehicle. If it's the police, just go ahead on your phone, call Lester and disable the police so they don't kill you. And if it is an NPC, most of the time it's best for you guys just to keep driving and outdrive the NPC because these cars are super fast. But sometimes you might want to go ahead and kill those NPCs. We didn't have to do that in our situation because we are importing a very fast car. Your vehicle will take a lot of damage, and when you bring it back to your garage, you're going to have to pay the fees of the damage. So if you have no money, you're not going to have to pay these fees, which is kind of a bonus. But again, if you do a lot of damage, it's okay. Just bring it to your warehouse, especially when you're first beginning, because we're going to have to go over a few rules of how to actually make this business profitable. If the vehicle does take too much damage, it will actually catch on fire and explode. So just try to minimize your damage. I think it's around $34,000 is the maximum amount of damage that a top range vehicle can take. Now that you have imported the top range vehicle, for the exporting portion or the selling portion, you're going to have to go to your vehicle warehouse, then go on the computer in there, and then select select a top range vehicle, then export a top range vehicle using the specialist dealer option. This will cost you $20,000 per vehicle you're exporting. You can export anywhere from 1 to 4 vehicles, depending on how many people you have. One car equals one person, so you need 4 people to export 4 at once, and pretty much you will profit $80,000 per vehicle because you're spending $20,000 to sell it, and you're going to be getting $100,000 for this, so that gets you your $80,000 profit. So during the delivery, they will actually send NPCs or other players towards you to try to kill you and deal damage. Again, this can be avoided by outdriving the NPCs, as well as for people, you can always go into a public solo lobby. So that will definitely make sure that you don't take too much damage. So there is a 20-minute cooldown and an additional 10 minutes to the cooldown per each vehicle sold for the selling missions. So if you sell 1 car, you will have a 20-minute cooldown. If you sell 2 cars, you'll have a 30-minute cooldown. And if you sell 3 cars, you'll have a 40-minute cooldown. And finally, if you sell 4 cars, you would have a 50-minute cooldown between selling. So this will definitely change how much money you're making per hour in the game. So obviously having players help you sell is going to be the best method, but I just wanted to let you guys know that the cooldown does increase with the amount of cars being sold. So now this is the most important part. I can't stress this enough. If you are new and you guys are trying to become rich in GTA 5 Online, you have to understand this concept. And this concept I call the rule of 32. And I'm going to try to explain this as simple as possible, because for some reason it seems to be confusing to new players. I understand why it is confusing. I didn't find it confusing, but I'm going to try to again explain this very simply. So first things first, the most simple way I can put this is the warehouse can hold 40 vehicles. Every vehicle warehouse in the game can hold 40 vehicles. We will never source or have at a time more than 32 vehicles in our warehouse. Okay, so never have more than 32 vehicles in our warehouse. The reason being is because there are 32 unique cars for the warehouse that you can source. Anytime you go past 32, you will be getting a duplicate of one of those 32 unique vehicles, and we do not want duplicates. This means you would have 10 standard, 10 mid-range, and 12 top-range vehicles, because there are 10 unique standard, 10 unique mid-range, and 12 unique vehicles at a time. The warehouse will only give you unique vehicles up to 32 vehicles. After that, again, you will get duplicates. So the idea here is that if you have 32 vehicles and you sell 2 top range, the next time you source 2 vehicles, you will source 2 top range vehicles. So again, you would have 10 standard, 10 mid range, and 12 top range, and you only sell top range. So here are the rules. Never have more than 32 vehicles in your warehouse at a time. Only sell top range vehicles, and you should be okay. This is very, very simple. Just don't sell mid range, don't sell standard range at any point in time. And if you have already done this and you are not a beginning player and you just didn't know what you were doing, just go through your list and see if there's any duplicates in your standard, top, or mid range and sell those. That will help get rid of the duplicates, and you can kind of restart and readjust your warehouse to make the maximum amount of profits. So again, if you go past 32 vehicles, you will get random vehicles, and this will not be as profitable business. You'll still make lots of money, but you have to stay within those ranges to make the maximum amount of money. Every time you source a vehicle, there will also be a cooldown depending on how fast you can source the vehicles and how long it takes you back to get to your CEO office. Try to source back to back, but if you cannot, you have 2 options in this step. You can either source a vehicle, then run a headhunter or a sightseer or some type of VIP work, or you can source a vehicle and then go ahead and source a crate back to back, or you can do some type of cycle of this. This allows players to make money in between, especially when you're looking at the sourcing the crates in between. This is highly profitable, especially if you are comfortable and willing to actually source crates. So if you're comfortable with sourcing crates in between vehicle warehouse missions is a good idea. So that pretty much concludes the second step of how to become rich in GTA 5 Online. I didn't want to overload you with a whole bunch of steps. There are different things you could have done in the same day. Just this video doesn't need to be longer than it already is, because it's a lot of information to take in, especially with the vehicle warehouse being kind of complex when explaining it. Just try to take your time grinding the money to get the vehicle warehouse if you haven't already, then set up the vehicle warehouse as described in this video. I will leave a link again in the description box below to a more in-depth vehicle warehouse guide, as well as a card for you guys on the video for that guide. So this part of the series should set you up to become crazy rich in GTA 5 Online. You're going to be making around $80,000 per sold car, which is a lot of money, especially if you have friends. You can make quite a bit of money per hour. If you liked the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.